Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is recognize that we want to send to the mastering engineer or the mastering house, we want to send them a stereo file. We do not want to send them the entire project. We don't want to send them all of this. And believe it or not, 4 times this week I have received entire projects in Pro Tools from people who wanted me to master their projects. No, we want to send only a mixed down file or a bounce to disk file of all of your files bounced down to a stereo file. And another thing that we do not want, let's see if we can show you now how this works. Let's go to, this is a Neva project where I transferred it to my multi-disc recorder. Let me just show you this. So we have the project and then we have all the tracks in the project, right? And please forgive the mouse going all over the place. There's a reason for that, and I'll tell you that in another video. But anyway, we have all our files that go all the way down to the master fader. So what we want to do, we want to make sure we send a stereo file, but we want that stereo file to be, as you see here, the same format as the project. Okay, now if I wanted to, I can make it a different format. Let's say I wanted to make the bounce to disk file an interleave AIFF. I could do that as well. I can make it a WAV file. There's so many different formats that we can do. But what we don't want to do is an MP3. The MP3 we don't want to do because MP3 goes through all types of conversions, and those conversions degrade the quality. So what we want to do, we want to put it at the same bit depth and sample rate as the project itself. Okay, so that's very important. So you can do your bounce to disk as you just saw, right? You could do your bounce to disk, or as you see here, what I did on this track here, I did what is called a real-time bounce, where I ran all of these tracks in real time through the master fader, which you see here, master fader 1, through the master fader, and created this track here, which is the same as a bounce to disk. But bounce to disk, to many of us, it never comes out right. It always sounds weird. It never sounds like the mix that we wanted. So a lot of times doing a real-time live mix down is a lot better. So that's something to think about. So now we want to talk about some tips when sending the track out to the mastering engineer or to the mastering house that will make your mastering experience the best that it can be. Let's play a little bit of the track so we can see what we're talking about. Let's go to the mix down window, the mixing board window.
Baby, put your arms around me. I wanna feel you close.
Okay, so we got that. The thing is, this is one of the things that we want to recognize when we're dealing with mastering. What we don't want to do, okay, we talked about the mix down and so forth. What we don't want to do, we want to make sure that our master fader, which is this track here, this channel here, that's the master fader channel. We want to make sure that this master fader has nothing on the inserts. We want to make sure that it's completely empty or the inserts are on bypass. We do not want to send any of these inserts to the mastering engineer. Let the mastering engineer do all of that. And if you say, well, Brother Jonathan, if I take off my master fader inserts, the track isn't going to sound right, then the thing is you need to remix it. If it doesn't sound right unless you have all kind of inserts on the master fader, you need to remix it. Let the mastering engineers do what they do with their great analog equipment or with their great room that they usually work in. Let them do what they do on your track. You don't do anything on the master fader. The master fader needs to be empty. And another thing, let's play the track a little bit. What we don't want this master fader volume to be anywhere near 0 dB. We really want this volume. We really want this volume to be between -12 and -6. So let's see what that looks like. I know most of you have it up here. We don't want that. We want it between -12 and -6. And again, we'll take this stuff off the master fader. So that's that. We want it between -6 and -12, and we want nothing on the master fader that would be processing, that will get in the way of the mastering engineer is going to do when he does his processing. Okay? If you liked the video and you thought it was helpful, we would appreciate it if you would go to our website and download some of our music, or you can make a donation via PayPal. Looking forward to seeing your comments and looking forward to making more videos for you. Thank you very much and be good.